Welcome friends to this lunge flow yoga practice. Lunges help you to build quad strength. They help you to gain stability and balance. They help to protect your knees when done properly, and they also help you to move with grace and with ease. So feel free to pause this video or replay certain parts if you need a little more time to kind of get the hang of what we're doing. And we're going to start in tabletop with some gentle cat-cows. So inhale, round forward to plank, exhale back to like a child's pose position, inhale, round the spine forward. Then tuck your toes, lift your hips up, and continue that spinal roll from down dog into plank. Focusing on the movement of the spine, keeping the belly engaged, and following the rhythm of your breath. And begin to bend one knee at a time, stretching the opposite heel down to get a stretch into your calf. Come back to center. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, hug your knee in high, touch your top of your arm, and then inhale, lower down towards your wrist. So every exhale, we're going to lift up, inhale, lower, then stretch your leg all the way back. And we're going to use what we just learned to help to step all the way forward into the lunge. So keep your knee high, step your foot forward slowly between your hands, steady your legs, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Keep reaching up through the back of your heart, lifting the chest. The arms will naturally go back, coming into a gentle back bend as much as you're able to at this time. Then on your exhale, lower your hands back down and step back, downward facing dog. So remember to keep that knee as high as you can when you come forward initially. Inhale, reach the leg up. Exhale, knee high. Inhale, lower down towards your wrist. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Stretch your leg all the way back, and we're going to use that lift to get the foot to come all the way forward into our lunge. So bring your foot, step your left foot forward. Engage your legs. Inhale, rise up with your breath. And you keep lifting, lifting, lifting with the chest, heart wide open as you reach your chest up, which will naturally take your arms back. And then lower your hands back down and step back, downward facing dog. Again, just pedal out your knees, do whatever feels good in your down dog. Come up high on your tiptoes and keeping your hips high, walk your feet towards your hands. Settle into all four corners of the feet. Inhale, lift up halfway, exhale, bow. Inhale, lift again halfway, stretching from your tailbone through the crown of your head, exhale, bow. One last time, inhale, lift, exhale, bow. Press into the earth, inhale, rise all the way up to stand, heart reaches up. Exhale, hands together, hands to your heart, prayer position. Inhale, sweep your arms wide. Exhale, bow gently to the earth. Inhale, inflate your back, lift up halfway and lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow softly, plant your hands, step your legs back to plank. Keep the belly lifted in plank. Keep a buoyancy in your plank. As you shift your weight a little bit forward, bend the elbows, lower down through chaturanga. Knees can always be on the floor. And then open up dog or cobra. Tuck your toes again, stretch back to your down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, step your foot all the way forward between your hands. Ground through your legs. Lower the back knee down and inhale, reach your arms up. On your exhale, open and twist towards your right, reaching out through your fingertips. Then reach your right hand back to your left leg, reach your left arm over your head. Inhale back, lower the left hand down, twisting to the right. Bring your arms back, palms together, prayer twist to the right. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands down, step back, down dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, hug your knee to your chest, keep the knee high, keep your whole leg high. Step your foot forward to your hands. Lower your right knee down. Inhale, rise up with your breath. Exhale, open, twist to your left, stretching out through the fingers. Reach the left hand back, right arm reaches up and back over your head. Inhale back and exhale into your twist. Come back into your stretching the arms out and then elbow to the outside of the left knee, prayer twist to the left. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and lightly hop or step forward to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, lead with your heart to bow to the earth. Inhale, inflate your back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bow, plant your hands, step back to plank. Keep your core engaged. This is so important to keep a buoyancy in plank. Shift your weight forward, elbows bend back, hugging in. Lower the hips, up dog or cobra, your choice. Keep the shoulders back. Lift up through your hips and back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. Keep your knee as high as you can. And step your leg all the way forward to your hands. Adjust your legs. Inhale, rise up with your breath. Exhale, twist to the right. This time, same thing we just did, but with the back knee lifted. You can always lower it down. Reach up and back to reverse. Come back through your wide arms. Bring your left hand down, twisting to the right. Inhale, back up. Bring your hands together, prayer twist to the right. Keep that back leg strong, inner thigh lifting. Inhale, back up. Open the heart, reach back. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. We'll do the left side. When you're ready, inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, pull your knee as tight as you can into your ribs. Keep your knee high, step your foot forward. Adjust your legs. Inhale, rise up with your breath. Exhale, twist to the left, reaching between both arms. Reach back with your left arm, reach the right arm up and back over your head. And inhale back, arms stretching apart from each other. Bring your right hand down, twisting to the left. Inhale back up, bring the palms together and prayer twist to the left. Holding that balance, keeping the back legs strong. Inhale back to center, reach your arms up, heart up, gaze up. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog. And then inhale up high on your toes, bend your knees, hop or step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up again, gaze toward the sky. Maybe come into a little bit more of a back bend if you're able. And then exhale, bow over your legs. Inhale, float your back up, extend the spine. Exhale, bow, plant your hands, step back to plank. Keep the belly strong, legs engaged. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Lower your thighs, open up, cobra or up dog, and stretch back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, step your foot forward. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, back heel stays lifted. Exhale, open up, back heel down, warrior two. Take time to adjust your stance. Press evenly in through both legs. Then inhale, reach your right arm up and back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, come back forward, pull your right hip back, extend forward for triangle pose, Trikonasana. You can always use a block or place your hand on your leg or on the floor. Try and lengthen out both sides of your ribs so your spine is nice and long. Bend your right knee, sweep your left arm up and over your head, Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. Inhale, back up, warrior two, reach back, reverse your warrior, extend your heart up. Exhale, straighten your front leg, keep reaching back with your top arm, and then stretch all the way forward again, coming back to triangle pose. Stretch your top arm forward, bend your front knee, coming back into side angle pose. Inhale up, warrior two. Exhale, reach back, reverse your warrior one more time. Windmill the arms, lift the back heel up, and step back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in down dog. clearing your mind. And then inhale, reach your left leg up. Exhale, hug your knee into your chest really, really, really tight. Step your foot forward between your hands. Keep the back heel lifted. Gauge your legs, hug the midline. Inhale, reach your arms up. Keep reaching up through your heart. Like your heart has no bounds. Then exhale, rotate the back heel down, warrior two. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Keep the front knee still, moving forward as you reach back. And as you exhale, pull your left hip back, stretch forward through your left arm. Lower your left hand to the floor or a block or your leg. Open the right arm up. Bend your left knee, reach the right arm forward over your ear for a side angle pose. Inhale, back up, warrior two, reach back. Reverse your warrior. Straighten the front leg as you continue reaching back with your top arm. And then reach all the way forward again, triangle pose. Switch the top arm forward, bend your front knee. Coming into Parsvakonasana, side angle pose again. And then come back up through warrior two, reach back, reverse your warrior. And come forward, windmill the arms, step back, downward facing dog. Just love that combination. Everything feels so nice and good and open after that. So just take a little time in your down dog, then lift up onto your toes. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward to your hands. Bring the back knee down. Bend your back knee. Reach back with your right hand for your left foot. And see if you can gently pull your left heel towards your hip. And then let it release. Stretch your legs back, straightening the front leg. And start to slide your front foot forward, your back knee back, coming in towards splits. So it's important to go into this slowly. Don't go any further than you're ready for. Keep trying to square the hips, even though the hips are going to be open. We're trying to have the action of squaring the hips. Keep both legs really strong. Lift your heart up. And then maybe you start to lean forward a little bit from wherever you are. And you might be just in a little teeny bit of a split, a little more of a split than when we're in our lunges, but just play with that. Be patient. Don't try and go too quickly. Check the back toes, press down through your feet and see if you can lift your hips up enough so that you can get your right leg all the way back into down dog splits without taking too much of the mat with you like I just did. And come back to downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, pull your knee into your chest, step your foot all the way forward. Lower the back knee down. And the back knee, reach back with your left hand for your right foot. Gently pull your heel in towards your hip, lift your chest toward the sky. So we're twisting, back bending, and quad stretching. And just like bring your foot in and let it release a little bit. Don't like overdo the stretch, but it should feel intense, but also feel good on some level. So stretch your hips back, straightening the front leg, and start to slide forward slowly, coming into your split variation with the left leg forward. Try and square the hips as much as you can. So there's a feeling of those two opposite actions working together, the legs splitting apart, trying to diagonal your hips, and then you trying to square the hips against that diagonal just to keep a strong, steady foundation. Bow forward, then push into your hands, tuck your back toes so you can lift your hips, keeping the leg as straight as possible, and reach your leg up behind you, down dog splits. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Notice how you feel now after a lot of big movement. Come up onto your toes, bend your knees, lightly hop forward to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. Press into the earth. Inhale, rise to the sky. Maybe come into a little bit of a deeper back bend if that's available to you. Bring your hands to your heart center. Pause a moment there, feeling your alignment in Tadasana. Bend your knees, lower your fingertips to the floor, lower your hips. We're coming into Utkatasana chair pose. So your feet can be together or hip distance apart. Make sure your knees align with your ankles. And from here, we're going to twist, come into our prayer twist. So left arm reaches across to the outside of the right knee. Shift your weight into your right foot. Start to pick your left toes up and see if you can step back into your lunge with your prayer twist. Release your hands, inhale back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down. Step back to your down dog. Bend your knees, lightly hop or step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. And the knees coming into Utkatasana. Make sure you can see your toes so the weight is in your heels. Keep your hips sinking low. Bring the palms together and exhale, twist to your left. Shift your weight into your left leg. Just slowly step your right leg back into your lunge with a prayer twist. And release the hand. Inhale, reach your arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Again, observe. Always take time to observe how your body's shifting and changing. Lower your knees to the floor, tuck your toes, and we're going to work on camel pose, Ustrasana, opening up the upper back. So bring your hands just above your hips and think of lifting your ribs up away from your hips. Or you could bring your fingertips like pointing up right to the back of your ribs. The whole idea here is to lift your heart. Not so much about leaning back, but lifting the heart, getting into that upper back opening. And then maybe reaching one hand at a time back to your heels, keeping the chin slightly tucked so you're not just dropping your head back, but keeping the neck engaged. And lead with the heart to come back. Take a little break. So you can keep your toes tucked, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can untuck your toes. And you can always use blocks by the sides of your feet, which will give you a lot more height. So again, lift the chest high. If you feel ready, place your hands on your heels. If not, keep your hands where they are. Open up the chest and then come back to kneeling. Take a moment to, again, feel and adjust and notice, observe. This is such a big part of yoga, being able to observe little differences. Reach your heart up toward the sky again. And this time, if you want to go a little deeper, you can try reaching one arm back. So one arm stays on your heel, the other arm reaches back, and then you switch sides. This is a pretty deep back bend. So I have to really take my time going into it. So try that with both sides and sit back onto your heels and stretch forward in child's pose. Gentle, easy forward fold after that pretty good back bend, pretty deep back bend. Then tuck your toes, stretch back, downward facing dog. Walk the feet in until you can get your heels down and reach your right hand over across to your left ankle, the outside of your left ankle or your calf. And you can adjust your feet. You might be able to bring your feet a little further from your hands, or you might need to bring them a little closer. And same thing, twisting, bring the left hand across to the right ankle. Walk your feet forward to your hands and come into your squat. So let your body relax here and notice if your squats are getting easier and easier. And slowly lower onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. Rock around on your hips. Hug your right knee in, stretch your left leg out. And bring the right foot forward, interlace your fingers on the back of your right thigh. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg and slowly lower your right leg all the way across to the left. You can stay where you are, or some of you might be able to bend your back knee, bend that left knee, and reach back with your right hand for your left foot. This will give you an incredible stretch out through your hamstrings of the right leg and in the quad of the left leg. But don't feel like you have to do this, because you have to have some flexibility already to be able to stretch the right leg straight and bend the left knee, holding your left foot with your right hand. And just let yourself enjoy the juiciness of this stretch. And if you're holding your left foot, release your foot, come back onto your back, come into a half happy baby. So your right knee reaches toward the ground, and release your leg. And this time we'll bring the left leg in, hugging your knee into your chest, and straighten the leg, interlacing your fingers on the back of your left thigh. Open your left arm out to your left. Take your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Could be your foot or your ankle or your calf or even your thigh. And slowly twist across to the right. Maybe bend that right knee, reach back with your left hand for your right foot, or stay as you are with your right leg straight. And just let yourself release into this wonderful, wonderful piriformis opening, hip opening, life affirming stretch. Settle in with your breath. And you can release your foot if you're holding it. Slowly start to bring that left leg back up. Switch hands, so left hand to your left foot, and we're going to come into full happy baby here. Gently rocking side to side. And place your feet down as wide as your mat, and windshield wiper both knees over to the right, stretching that left knee forward and down as you pull your belly back. And twist over to the left, stretching through the right knee. Inhale back to center. And keep your right leg up, but bend your left knee in. And go back and forth, keeping one knee lifted and twisting the other knee to the inside of the foot of the other leg. And just let your knees settle in together, letting your back settle. Take as much time here as you want. Stretch out into Savasana when you're ready. And spend some time with Savasana. Give yourself the luxury of releasing and letting go. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Tell your friends. And leave me a comment. I'd really love to hear from you. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening. Namaste.